Sometimes things don't end with words, they just end. And when you're left without closure, it can feel like as if your mind is stuck on a loop, playing the same questions, the same memories over and over and over again. Like you can just be doing literally mundane life things like washing your dishes, going for a walk, scrolling through your phone, and they're still there. Like in your head, you just cannot stop it. You start to create stories just to give yourself some relief, but nothing really quiets that noise. And now, what I've come to realize is that sometimes silence is the closure you're looking for. When someone chooses not to explain, not to speak, that silence says enough. Because if they had wanted to repair things, they would have tried. Anyone who knows how to reach you and still doesn't, that non action is your answer. Another thing is, please understand this. Please understand this. That nobody can read your mind. Nobody. If you are hurt and you never express it, the other person may never understand what you're going through. I have been on that side wherein I have gone silent with people, expecting them to understand why I was upset. And then I even got angry when they did not understand. But the truth is, not everything that wounds us is obvious from the outside. Something might have hurt you deeply, but it might not even register in the other person's head. That's why expressing yourself matters a lot. Now, second thing is, if you do express it, if you lay your cards open on the table, and then if they still diminish you or do not respond in a way that shows care, then that is your closure again. That tells you where you stand in their life, what is your importance, how they prioritize you. Because someone who values you, whether a friend, family, or a partner, will make the effort to repair things with you, even in the times when they make mistakes. And that's where closure really becomes self given. Realizing that their silence or their indifference is a form of response. Psychologists call this Zeigarnik effect, wherein our brain hates unfinished business, it hates unfinished stories, which is why we obsess over them more than the complete ones. Like you must have noticed, a 2 year relationship when it ends will be lingering less on your mind than something you had with somebody for like a week or something and you never got any closure from that. It was just there, nothing happened, and there was some tension and there was something back and forth, but nothing really happened. And that thing, that 1 week would have a longer impression on your mind than a 2 year relationship or a thing that lasted for a larger span of time. So now the real question is how do you move on? How do you give yourself closure when the other person won't? First thing is, please note this down. You take all the energy you have been pouring into them, the overthinking, the imagining, the craving for answers, and you redirect all that back to yourself. Now think about it. When people go through heartbreak, some of their biggest transformation happens right after that. We've seen it. We all have seen it. Someone comes out of a breakup, and a few minutes later, boom, they are glowing. They're thriving. They're in their best shape because they stopped investing all their energy into trying to fix or understand the other person and they started investing that into themselves. Princess Diana, for example, went through a very public painful marriage and divorce with almost no closure from the royal family or the relationship itself. Now, instead of letting that destroy her, she redirected that energy into her humanitarian work, raising awareness about HIV/AIDS, leprosy, and landmines, right? The love she poured into the world became her closure. And that's what people remember about her today. Closure can be as simple as choosing to pour your energy into your own growth. You can stay bitter for all you want, or channel that pain into what serves you. Maybe you can pick up a new skill. Maybe you can start working out. Maybe you can start to travel or explore, go to the places you wanted to go. Or maybe you can finally give time to understanding the parts of yourself that you were neglecting because you were so focused on something outside of you. Trust me, like once you take all the energy that you were pouring outside of you, you take that all back to yourself, it shows. It literally shows. And each time you choose yourself, each time you rebuild, you are telling your subconscious mind that you do not need something outside of you to make you feel better. You yourself are creating closure by living better, by choosing better. Often, the glow up after the breakup is not just about looking better or achieving more, it's about finally seeing yourself with clarity. Because the thing is, I understand that when somebody does not choose you, when somebody abandons you, you feel shitty like anything. And trust me, I understand. I totally get it. But it has nothing to do with you, honey. It has nothing to do with you. It is on them that they did not choose you, and that is okay. People can choose whatever they want. They are free to do that. They have that free will. What you can do is focus on yourself and become everything that you want to for yourself. Once you stop measuring your worth based on somebody else's attention, you realize that life is much more bigger than that one person or that one chapter of your life. Closure then is not something somebody gives you, it's a decision that you make. It's saying that even if I ever get the explanation I wanted, even if they show up again in my life, I am not going back. I'm not going back because what happened was enough to tell me where I stand. You choose to redirect your energy and grow from it. So if you are struggling right now, remember this, that silence, that absence is also an answer, is also your closure. Their lack of effort, that is closure. What matters now is, after knowing all this, what you do with that truth. Do you keep replaying the same story, thinking or hoping for them to show up? Or do you start writing your own story with your own hands? And I hope you choose better. And because I know you know what serves you better. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.